Hello friends, in this video we will cover clone stamp, pattern stamp and eraser tool. Let's start with the clone stamp tool. Here it is. See, if you hover over it you can see its keyboard shortcut is S. Okay, it is a brush based tool, so you can change the size, hardness. You can select another brush from this brush preset. Okay, see, it is very efficient for photo restoration, cloning, etc. Let's illustrate. First I need to tell you how it works. First you need to select a source point. Say I need to clone this cloud. So I will select it. Alt click. It samples. Now wherever you want to draw this cloud, just paint there. Let's increase our brush size like this. See, so what happens is the place where you select your source point, it scans the area, and at the destination where you starts drawing, it copies the whole thing. As you can see, in this case the cloud is copied here. If you draw more, the whole scenery will be copied. See, like this. See, like this it happens. It is very efficient for cloning stuff. Let's create a new document. Using our brush tool, we will draw a big circle. Okay, and make sure the hardness is 100%. Okay, see, now we will use the clone stamp tool. For cloning, let's create a new layer first. See, I have created a new layer. In the option panel, one thing you can see, sample. It is asking you the option of your sample. Either you want to sample the current layer or current and below or all layers. Usually I work with current and below. If I select all layers, if there are any layers above it, it will also be selected. So let's select this one, current and below. Now let's select the source point. Alt click. Now let's come here and draw. See? Now if you again come here, see, you can again draw one. Now again here, again you can draw one, like this. It is very efficient in photo restoration. Say for example a photo is damaged, it can be repaired by using this tool, clone stamp tool. Now let's come to the pattern stamp tool. Of course we will create a new document. You can select the pattern stamp tool by clicking it and holding it and select it, or you can see the keyboard shortcut is S, so you can select Shift S. See, its keyboard shortcut is also S, but for interchanging these we need to press Shift S. That's it. Okay, now it works with pattern. Here in the option menu, one thing you can see, this one, it is the library of your patterns. Some of them are default, but many I have downloaded from the internet. Let's work with them. Let's select a pattern. Say this one. Okay. Now let's start drawing. See, the pattern is being drawn. See, I am now drawing the pattern. You can ask why this is efficient. Because you can select multiple patterns. Say now I want to select this pattern. Now come. See, this is seamless. I want to select this one. Say this wooden bricks type. See, like this. There are many cool stuffs which you can do with this. Okay. So this is the function of pattern stamp tool. Now let's come to the eraser tool. As the name sounds, yes, it is used for erasing stuff. Okay. So here is the eraser tool, which erases everything. Now it's a fresh document, isn't it? Now here you can draw anything. You can draw your fantasy here. Okay, here I finish my current video. In our next video, we will see blur tool, smudge tool and sharpen tool. Hello friends, in this video, we will explore the blur, sharpen and the smudge tool. Here it is. See, blur, sharpen and smudge. Okay, these are really very helpful in photo restoration, retouching, like this. It is also used for removing wrinkles and all. As you can see that we have an image which has some wrinkles. We will try to remove it. So let's duplicate this layer. For duplicating this layer, press Ctrl J or Command J in your keyboard. Ctrl J for PC and Command J for Mac users. Okay, now let's lock the previous layer and hide it, and we will work on this copied layer. Okay, now as our blur tool is selected, we will decrease the brush size. If you wondered that how I am decreasing the brush size, then the left bracket key is doing the purpose. Okay, by using the left bracket key or right bracket key, you can decrease or increase the size of the brush. Okay, now I am pressing the left bracket key to decrease the brush size. Make sure hardness is more than 50%. You can see in the option menu or option bar, whatever you say, we have an option strength. It helps in manipulating the blur effect. Now it's 100%, so it will have a strong effect. Okay, now we will paint over it. Means we will try to blur it out. Means blur the wrinkles out. And another thing which I need to mention now, that previously my mode was set to darken, but we should work in normal mode. Okay, let's undo the effect. We can do this by going to the history panel. Okay, now we can blur it out. We need to be very careful while doing this, as we should not do it around lips or on eyes like this, because we don't want to lose details. Okay, so we need to be very careful while doing it. Decrease the brush size. as we will paint here and here. Okay, and again somewhere around here, a little bit here and a little bit here. Okay, okay, now let's compare the two images. It was the previous image and it's the new one. You can see it removes a lot of wrinkles, pimples like this. Okay, hence this tool can be used for skin smoothing purpose. Okay, so now let's explore the sharpen tool. Here it is. It is used to sharpen your images. So let's see how it works. We'll decrease the brush size. Let's paint over her lips. Again for this we will duplicate the layer. So we'll press Ctrl J or Command J for Mac users. Now we will zoom a little bit, and again using our hand tool we will move it up. Again we will decrease the brush size. Here it is, the strength option. You can increase or decrease the strength. See? Okay, but one thing I should tell you, you should never overdo this, because while overdoing it you will see some red, green, blue pixels are coming out. Let me show you. See, if you overdo this, see what happens. This is the thing which we don't want, so we should never overdo it. Okay, press Ctrl Z or Command Z to undo the effect. Now we will decrease the strength to around say 50%, and we will just paint over it. Okay, this much is enough. Oh no, it's seems a bit crazy, so we need to check that up to where it was okay. Okay, this one was fine, isn't it? Just a little bit subtle effect. In retouching we should not overdo stuff. Okay, let's paint over her eyes. Just a little bit. Okay, this much is fine, and again same here. Okay, like this. Now let's compare this. This was the first image where we did not do any editing, and this one is the finished image. See, you can notice the difference, isn't it? So we have come across this blur tool and sharpen tool, which are used for retouching purposes. Okay, you can also find it useful in your daily work. So now let's explore the smudge tool. What is smudge tool? It is one kind of liquify tool. Let me illustrate. So let's increase the brush size first. This much is fine. Now click on your image and drag. Okay, we didn't select. Okay, so let's select the smudge tool. Now click at a point and drag. You can see what it does, isn't it? It distorts your image. It doesn't mean that you should do this kind of stuff with images. I will show you that how it is useful. Okay, so let's create a new document. Okay, now using our brush tool, let's select a hard brush. Okay, increase the brush size, and let's select yellow brush, like this, yellow or orange, whatever you say. Now we will create a circle or a yellow ball, whatever you say. Okay, now we will select the smudge tool. Okay, let's increase the brush size a little bit. This much is fine. Now click at a point inside your ball and drag. Click and drag. Click and drag. Just click and drag. Just click and drag. Just click and drag. Does it seems like starfish? Or it's just feeling to me only? Okay. Let's give this one eye. We'll change the color to black. And we will duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl J or Command J. We will select the move tool by pressing V, and by holding the shift key we will press the right arrow key, and we will move it a little bit up. Okay, now we will press Ctrl H to deselect the circle or ellipse, and using our pen tool. If you don't know how pen tool works, it's fine, as we will be discussing it later. Okay. Okay. How does it look? Okay, I don't know. It may seem a little bit weird. Okay, so it was the smudge tool. You can create sun rays, this kind of stuff. Very cool, isn't it? It's really very cool. Okay, now I am broadening it a little bit. Okay, so in this video we have seen how blur tool, smudge tool and the sharpen tool are efficient and how we can use it. So here I conclude this video. Hello friends, in this video we will explore some healing brushes. Here it is. We have spot healing brush, and patch tool. Okay, so let's select the spot healing brush tool. These are also very efficient in photo retouching purposes. As you can see that we have an image which have pimples. We will try to remove these pimples. So let's duplicate this layer. We will press Ctrl J or Command J for Mac users. We will hide the background layer, and now we will work on this layer, layer 1. As our spot healing brush tool is selected, now let me tell you how it works. Okay, here in the option menu you can see there are 4 options: proximity match, create texture, content aware, sample all layers. Usually proximity match or content aware are very useful. What it does actually, if you click at a point, it will sample the surrounding, and based on the surrounding your clicked area will be changed. See, if you click here you will see the pimple is gone. See, it's gone. Click it, it's gone. Click, it's gone. Click, it's gone. Click here, it's gone. You can see how useful this spot healing brush tool is. If you click here, click it, see, it's gone. But instead of it we have some hair, some unwanted hair. So this is a very efficient tool for retouching. Proximity match and content aware does the same work actually, and if you click create texture, then it will create some kind of texture in your image. You can see if you zoom over it, you can notice a texture, isn't it? So I don't know, you may find it helpful according to your desire or according to your requirement. Okay, this one was fine. I was just checking that where I have done this texture thing. Okay, and if you click sample all layers, then instead of sampling this layer, it will sample all the layers. So this was the spot healing brush, and next is healing brush. Healing brush tool, it works similar to clone stamp tool. First you need to sample the source area. For doing this you need to press Alt for PC and Option for Mac. Press Alt and then click. Let me hide this layer, and again we will duplicate this layer, this background layer, and again we will hide it and we will work on this background copy. We will sample the source point. Let's increase the brush size a little bit, and let's sample hair. Alt click. Okay, and now we will click on the pimples. You will notice that it's smoothing out. If you think it does the same work as clone stamp tool, it doesn't. Actually it samples the source area, okay, and then when you click or you drag to your destination, it creates a smooth transition to that place. Okay, see, if you go to any place, you have sampled this area, right? Now if you come here, you can see in the preview that if you click over it, it will turn to this color, but it doesn't. It actually sample your destination area also, and it smoothing out that place. See, like this. See how it works. If you want to remove this also, I don't know how much it can work, but you can try. See, it has sampled some eyebrows here also, so press Ctrl Z or Command Z to undo the effect. Up to this one, this much only is fine. See, like this. So let's remove the pimples from this image using healing brush. It helps in skin smoothing also, isn't it? You can notice, right? Okay, so you can see the difference, right? This one was our previous image without editing, and this one is using the healing brush. Okay, now we will see how patch tool works. Okay, let me hide this one also, and again we will duplicate the layer by pressing Ctrl J for PC or Command J for Mac users, and again we will hide the background layer and we will work on background copy 2. Okay, for using this patch tool, we can select an area just like the lasso tool. See, you select an area, okay, and then click that point and drag to a place which will then be copied there. This looks fine, isn't it? So just click there and you can see that it's gone, the pimple is gone. So again select it, click there and drag to similar kind of places. See, like this. Okay, it's gone. These are really favorite tools for retouching purposes. Okay, like this. You can even select a larger area and you can select this area also. You can come here and you can see the difference what it's going to do. See, it smoothens out, isn't it? So these are really very helpful for retouching purpose. Okay, so in this video we have learned the spot healing brush tool and the patch tool. Okay, so here I conclude this video. Hello friends, in this video we will explore the dodge, burn and the sponge tool. Here it is, dodge, burn, sponge. Let's select the dodge tool. Dodge tool is used for highlighting images. It is a brush based tool. Now you can increase the brush size or decrease it also from here or by using the left bracket key or the right bracket key. If you use the right bracket key, then the brush size will increase like this, and if you use the left bracket key, the size will decrease. Now let's paint over it. See, it's highlighting, right? It's highlighting. It's highlighting, right? Let's highlight this sky. Okay. If you come to this option menu, here you can see the range option, midtones, shadows and highlights. Let's click on highlights and paint. You can see that it's highlighting much more, right? Then we have the shadows. Okay, so this was dodge tool. It helps in highlighting some parts of your image. Next comes the burn tool. It adds shadows to your images. See, like this. You can see the difference, right? Okay. Then here we have the exposure option. It helps in controlling the effect. If you have 100% exposure, then it will have maximum effect, and if you lower this, then it will have a minimum effect. So you can see the difference between the opening image and the final image. See, this was looking pretty dull, isn't it? And see, this one high contrasting, right? Then we have the sponge tool. If you click it in the option menu, you can see that we have an option saturate or desaturate. Let's click on desaturate. Now let's paint over it. You can see that it's desaturating, right? See, it's desaturating your image. So it helps in desaturating some parts of your image. Now let's change this to saturate. Now again click on it. See, it's increasing the saturation. Okay. So this is how you can create amazing stuff. You can improve the quality of image, isn't it? Using these three tools: dodge, burn, sponge. A combination of all of these helps you in improving image quality. Okay, so here I conclude this video. Hello friends, in this video we will explore the path select and direct select tool. Here is the path selection tool and the direct selection tool. You can see its keyboard shortcut is A. Let's create a rectangle first for illustrating this direct select and path select. Okay, so you have created a rectangle. Now select A or press A in your keyboard. Now your direct selection tool is selected. Now if you select this rectangle, you can see that there are 4 corner points, isn't it? The 4 corners are selected. You can select a single corner by this, and then you can click and drag. See, you have changed the shape of your rectangle, right? Again you can do it. See, like this. So it is helpful for distorting shapes. Now again you can draw a rectangle from, say, here. Okay, and then again you can press A in your keyboard to select the direct selection tool, and then select a point and drag it as per your desire, okay, or as per your requirement. See, it seems like perspective, isn't it? And then we have this path selection tool. Using path selection tool, you can select a whole shape. Okay, mainly here direct selection tool is really very helpful. You can understand why, isn't it? So here I conclude this video. Hello friends, in this video we will explore the type tool. Here it is. Select it by clicking it, or you can see its keyboard shortcut is T. So press T to select it. Now what is type tool? Type tool is really very essential. You can ask why. Say for example you have created a design but it has no text. Texts are really very essential in your designs as it conveys message to the world, isn't it? And it is done by the type tool. So how it works? Select it and come to your document. Click at any point inside your document where you want to write something. Then you write, say, life is beautiful. Okay, you can see it's really big. Okay, and one thing, whenever you have finished your writing, you can click this tick button. and your text layer has been created here. Okay. Now here in the option menu you can see various options. This one is for choosing font. I like the railway font much more. You can select other fonts also, say Source Sans Pro or anything. So this is for choosing your font family. Then you have the option font weight, you can say. See, there are various options. Then you have the font size. You can decrease the font size to whatever you want, say 30 pixel. You can increase or decrease the font by hovering over T. See here. Then you click and drag to right, or you can drag to left. If you drag towards right, you can see that the numbers here increasing, means the font size is increasing. Whenever you are okay with the font size, leave your mouse. You can see the effect. Let's select a much larger font size. Here it is. Okay. Then you can again decrease your font size like this. This is the anti-aliasing option. If you select none, you will see some grunge effect. I like this crisp one much more. Then you have the text align option. See, here left align is selected. You can select center align or you can select right aligned, anything. Then you have the color of the font. You can select any color. Okay, you can change the color of your font from here. Once you are happy, click OK. So this one was about type tool. We will go in depth in our working with text section. So here I conclude this video. Hello friends, in this video we will explore the pen tool. Here it is. This is one of the most powerful tool in Photoshop. It helps you in creating complex shapes. Let's create a simple shape first. So select it by clicking it. Its keyboard shortcut is P, as you can see here. Now click at a point and again click at another point. You can see that a line is being drawn between those 2 points, right? Again you come and click at a point, and when you are coming to your start point, you can see a circle here, right? This means that you are closing the open path. So let's close it. Now you have created a path, right? You cannot see it here in the layers panel, but you can see it inside the paths panel. You can see that you have created a work path. If you right click it, you can see various options: delete path, make selection, fill path. Let's choose fill path, and it will be filled with our foreground color. You can choose other colors also: background color, pattern, black, 50% gray, white, anything. Let's choose foreground color. Now press OK. You can see that our triangle is filled with green, right? Now let's come to the option menu. Here you can see that we have an option. From here we can select that either this can be a path or this can be a shape. Let's choose shape. Now let's create another triangle. See, you have created a triangle, right? And also a working path has been created for you. Now let's come to the layers panel. Here you can see a new shape layer has been created. Since you have selected this one as shape, hence this one is created, means this new layer has been created. If you choose path, then this new layer will not be selected, right? Now you can choose stroke, You can increase the width or height, means you can modify these things. Okay, so this was all about creating a simple shape. Now let's create a complex shape. Let's click at a point. Now let's click another point. But before leaving the mouse, this time just drag. You can see handles and also a curve. This curve is known as Bezier curve, and the handles which you are seeing is known as Bezier handle. Okay, now leave it. Now again, if you come here, you can see another curve is already creating for you. Okay, now let's leave it and come here to close the path. Okay, like this. So now let's create a leaf. Click at a point and say drag this, and again this, and again like this. Okay, now let's decrease this handle height a little bit. How you can do it? Just select A or press A in your keyboard. Now you can change the handle size, but while doing it you can see that you are changing both the handles, but we don't want that, right? So while doing it, press the Alt key or Option key. Alt for PC, Option for Mac. Now you can see that you are changing only one handle, right? So once you are happy, let's leave it like this. Again go to the pen tool by pressing P. Now let's create another anchor point here. Okay, and now let's join it like this. So now you have created a leaf, right? Now one thing you can wonder, that can I change the shape of the leaf? Of course you can. Here comes the direct selection tool. You can do this by pressing the A key. Okay, now select at a point and drag. See, both the handles are taking effect. So we will press the Alt key or Option key and we will do this, right? Again we will come here and we will try to edit a little bit. See, like this. So you can understand that how efficient a pen tool can be. It can help you creating complex shapes. That's why it is one of my favorite tool in Photoshop. Just work around with this tool, this pen tool. Now another thing which I need to tell you, that if you click it and hold it, you will see that inside pen tool we have other tools also. Add anchor point, delete anchor point, convert point tool. If you click add anchor point and you click on it, then an anchor point will be added, and the same but the inverse for the delete anchor point. It will delete the anchor point, right? And then comes the convert point tool. Let's see how it works. Select it. Now select on our leaf and let's click at an anchor point. See, it will become a corner point. Let's click it. See, these are becoming corner points, right? So now it has become a diamond, right? Let's undo these changes. See, you can work with this handle also. See, now only a single handle is changing. So this convert anchor point or convert point tool is helpful for this purpose also. And another thing, if you select the direct selection tool and select a single anchor point like this, okay, like this, then you can change the anchor point also, means you can change the position of that anchor point, right, like this. So this is all about pen tool. Now you can understand the importance of this, right? I would recommend that you work with this tool and become master in it. Okay, so here I conclude this video.